So I wanted to talk today about the antidepressant diet, as mentioned in Elite Mind, the single greatest self-help book ever written, by the way. You can go order it at elitemindbook.com and check it out there. But there is a chapter in this book called the antidepressant diet, and basically it talks all about how I was able to dramatically reduce my anxiety and depression specifically by changing up my eating habits at the time. So back in the day, I used to eat a lot of crap. I used to actually try to bulk up and get bigger, and this was before I knew anything about anything really as far as nutrition and health goes, and even exercise and all that stuff in the fitness and health world. This was decades ago at this point. But I had no idea what I was doing, and I thought that I just needed a lot of protein. I needed a lot of even like fatty foods, because fat had more calories in it and protein had more calories in it, and an ability to boost up my muscles and get bigger and stronger. As a kid, 17, 18 years old at the time, you want to be as strong as possible. You want to bulk up, you want to be muscular, you want to have those types of things. You can do those types of things, but you got to be careful when you do those types of things that you don't overdo those types of things and have too much fat, have too much protein, have too much carbs, the bad carbs that actually will just be stored as fat eventually and cause a lot of problems later on. And not to mention all the other things, the preservatives, the pesticides, the GMOs and all that stuff that goes into a lot of those foods. If you're just throwing in massive amounts of calories to try to bulk up, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, because you're actually putting a lot of problems, toxins, potential dangers into your body by consuming these things in exorbitant amounts. And so not only do you have to, if you're trying to be healthier, cut out a lot of these things, and the McDonald's and the fast foods of the world, and the chips and the sodas and the cookies and the muffins and all that crap that we know just almost intuitively, we just know that those things, and those are honestly the easiest things to get rid of. But not only do we need to cut those things out, we also have to, if we really want to focus on our mental health and our performance and feeling at our very best, and especially when we're talking about having an antidepressant diet and even anti-anxiety diet, which goes the opposite to not only, if you have the wrong foods, it creates depression. If you have the right foods, it actually defeats depression. It helps you overcome those types of things, helps you overcome anxiety, and does good things for you. So if you're doing those types of things, if you're putting in the right types of foods into your body, not only are you not getting that crap, but you're actually getting the nourishment, the nutrients that you need to, and especially your brain needs, to perform at its very best, to create those neurotransmitters, among other things, to help you feel better, to help you have more energy, and to help you not have the depression and the downsides and the anxious thoughts and the stressfulness and all that stuff that goes into the negative of it all. So a lot of these foods include, so really the diet is all about adding a lot more fruits and vegetables especially into your life, and then choosing healthier options with your carbs, like things such as even white rice is a better option than, say, white bread, or say a bagel, like a white bagel, because white rice is actually pretty clean, and millet's another one, and quinoa is incredible as well, and barley is fairly good. And so there's a ton of other healthier options available if you want to talk about things like grains, and adding that with, say, chicken. If you want to still get your calories in, you're having white rice, and you're not getting that gluten, because gluten's not present in any of these ones I just mentioned, these grains, but you're still getting in those calories, and it honestly still tastes good when you add it in with chicken and the like. And then you got other alternatives to, say, proteins, like always having meats for protein. Like, meat is okay, it's not evil or anything, but if you have too much meat, it can be detrimental. It can start having some effects. If you have too much meat, you're getting in too much fat. It can slow down your liver. It can bog down your liver. It can stop the detoxification process that naturally occurs throughout the day. And when you're having fruits and vegetables, that detoxification process is ramped up even more, so you're actually detoxifying your body and boosting your immune system and feeling better. But if you have a ton of fat coming in all the time, if you this whole movement of trying to get all these fats and these crazy fad diets that come and go, like the keto diet and the Atkins diet and the other ones, I don't necessarily want to bash those diets in the video, even though I kind of already did. I don't want to really harp on that. But long story short, many of these diets long term are not healthy for your body for all of the above reasons. The bogging down of the liver, the slowing down, they cause a lot of problems, they cause a lot of toxins, they don't actually do what they're intended to do, despite what you might have heard in other videos, despite what other health experts out there may be telling you. Long term, these diets are not healthy. Long term, the best diets are the diets that have the most vegetables in them, the most fruits in them, and by the way, fruits are incredible for you. You might have heard in other experts videos as well, these quote unquote experts, that fruits are terrible for you because they have a lot of sugar. Actually, there's multiple different forms of sugar. The sugar in fruits is natural sugar that your body readily uses and processes right away, and actually turns into glucose and fuel for your body, especially your brain, to help keep things going. And again, it comes with an assortment of nutrients in it as well, vitamins, minerals, etc., that your body needs. But also, it also just needs that fuel. The fuel source from that glucose is incredible for your body, and your muscles, by the way, as well, run off that glucose. Your brain runs off that glucose. You need that glucose, and it also fights off things like viruses. It can help with the detoxification of heavy metals and other pesticides and toxins in your body. Having fruits is incredible and so important, not only for your general health, not only to help get the calories into your body if you want to build up your muscles, but also for your mental health. If you want to have your brain working at its very best, if you want to lower the depression, if you want to lower the anxiousness, the anxious thoughts, if you want to lower the stress and have all those neurotransmitters, the GABA, the serotonin, the have those ones boosted, and then lower the problematic ones like cortisol and epinephrine, the stress ones. You need to have fruits in your life. You need to be adding those things in throughout the day and having them in, every couple of hours, getting some of that nourishment into your body. The vegetables are incredible. The fruits are incredible. Of course, you can have nuts and seeds and things like that, but you don't want to live on those types of things. It's good to add those types of things in for sure throughout the day, but you don't want to just focus solely on meat. You don't want to focus solely on nuts. They're higher in fat. They got a good protein source, but they're also higher in fat. And again, that fat can bog down the liver and is not the best thing for you long term. But overall, you really can have a multitude of different fruits and vegetables. Actually, you want to have a multitude of fruits and vegetables throughout the day, but you can also have a variety, a decent variety, and still a fair amount of meats throughout the day. You can still have a fair amount of nuts and seeds and all those things throughout the day. You just want to kind of limit them and don't rely on that to be your only source of sustenance, of calories. Also, adding things like lentils into the mix, and beans is also a good replacement for some of these meats and other fatty foods that you probably have been having before, but you didn't realize that there's other better options. Quinoa as well is high in protein and also very healthy for you. So it's better to add in something like that as opposed to just staying with the meats. But that is really what the antidepressant diet is all about. It's about giving your brain the fuel that it needs to produce those neurotransmitters to help you feel at your very best. Again, the GABAs of the world, the serotonins of the world, the dopamine of the world, that really help you feel and just be at your very best throughout the day, motivation-wise, energy-wise, well-being-wise, like having a sense of well-being and fulfillment. All of those things come from those important neurotransmitters, and you got to be fueling those with the proper diet, with the veggies and fruits throughout the day, with a little bit of meat, not overboard with the meat, but a little bit of meat is definitely good. It's a good thing for you. And then, of course, a little bit of fat, not too much fat, because it can mess things up in the long term. But that's really the essentials for having a healthy overall diet and helping you be at your very best to help overcome whatever it is you're trying to overcome when it comes to mental health. If you enjoyed this video, like always, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, hit the notification bell, and get notified the instant we release a new video. Also, follow me on Instagram at Justin Stenstrom and on Facebook at Justin Stenstrom as well. I post all the time regularly on those channels. Make sure you follow me there, and let me know in the comment section what you think about this video. I know some people might be turned off by the high fat and high protein thing, but I'm just giving you the honest truth here. I want to know what you think and what your diet looks like right now.